Hey everyone, what is good? Welcome back to the channel. This is Silver Hyena, voiceover throughout the entire video, and for today's, I'm working on a bit of my fan art fix. Now, I don't know how many of you watching this are familiar with the Tick. I freaking love this guy. It's a highly entertaining satire of the seriously oversaturated superhero genre. Of course, a few years ago, I didn't even know anything about the Tick. Never even heard of him. He is quite obscure, all things considered. Then, when I was hanging out with some friends of mine, we watched the cartoon series. It's zany, silly, and damn did I enjoy every minute of it. For the same reason that I love Sonic Boom so much, it doesn't take itself seriously at all. Also, just like Sonic Boom, it even calls itself out. I mean, there's no need to riff this. It kind of riffs itself. Cut to the present, while we were trying to figure out what to watch, lo and behold, on Amazon Prime, there was the Tick. Obviously, the Amazon Prime version is the one I'm doing today. Seriously, I just adore the designs used in this series. They look awesome, especially Arthur. I love how they took something admittedly goofy looking and turned it into something not only really cool, but a very important plot point for the first season. I won't go any further than that, because potential spoilers and all that good stuff. But, those were little excited noises. The only thing that I absolutely must get off my chest right now, because it just drives me so dang nuts, is that this absolute gem of a show only got 2 seasons? Fantastic, fun show! And Amazon Prime put a lid on it! I could cry! Seriously, hashtag save the Tick. There, it had to be said. Had to be shown on screen. But, let me take a deep breath now. At the very least, we were graced with 2 seasons, both of which were highly enjoyable. I guess one way I gauge how much I like something, well, does it inspire fan art? The Tick certainly did. Even if this is the first you've ever heard about the Tick, consider checking it out, any of the variations. The comics, which I'll admit, that one I'm quite hazy on. I don't really read comics, I just enjoy the movies and TV shows based on them. The original cartoon series, or even the regrettably short-lived but so bad it was good live-action series that was made back in like 2000, I think? Yeah, it's that old. Of course, this newest variation is actually my personal favorite. However, regardless of which version is your favorite, I love one thing that they all have in common. The bond of friendship between the Tick and his sidekick Arthur. You can tell a lot about a superhero by how well he treats his sidekick. What I love about their dynamic is the fact that for as powerful as the Tick is, he's pretty much lost without Arthur. A classic duo of brains and brawn. And while Arthur is the sidekick, he's usually the one pointing Tick in the right direction. One of the things that I do love about this show is just how positive it is. Seriously, while Tick may not be terribly bright, his positive attitude is just contagious. There's also the themes of family, friendship, and redemption, as well as belief in oneself, all the while being absolutely hilarious. We need more positivity in this world. And really, when you think about it, the Tick, he is incredibly strong, nigh invulnerable, really doesn't tire, I mean, really, a guy with his skill set could really do whatever he wanted, and there wouldn't be much you could do to stop him. However, he is like the physical embodiment of all that is good. He is goodness incarnate. And he's so innocent too at the same time, which is what I love about him. And then you've got Arthur. Just the regular accountant with no special powers. Yeah, but really, the relationship is just adorable. I love it. Yet still, again, one of the things that I love is just that Tick saw something in Arthur that even Arthur himself couldn't see. And it's just that positivity and warmth, you know? Kind of like being inside bread. Okay, sorry. I could not resist. So, if you haven't watched The Tick yet, give it a shot and let me know what you think. Okay, whew. I've been going on and on and on and on and on and on and on, and I haven't really talked much about the art itself. What I did off camera was the initial sketch, which I then transferred the line art via Lightbox to my preferred drawing surface. For further detail on that, I'll have a link to that video in the description below. Trust me, I love the Lightbox. I love that thing so much. Now then, the paper, I did make a minor boo-boo actually, absent-mindedly grabbing my Strathmore Bristol instead of my Strathmore marker paper. But I decided to just roll with it anyways. Luckily, Bristol paper is still plenty sturdy enough to handle several layers of alcohol-based markers, although it's quite lovely for colored pencils if I do say so myself. Speaking of colored pencils, the line art was done with Col-Erase pencils first, then darkened with standard Prismacolor pencils. For the most part, they behaved themselves, although I still suffered a few broken leads. Them is the breaks. Literally, them is the breaks, breaking leads, and all that. As for the markers, I'm using my trusty Ohuhu Brush Markers, which are honestly about as colorful as the Tick's delightful personality. So it's a perfect fit! And much like Arthur learning how to fly, working on this piece caused me to face one of my biggest fears: drawing people. I've mentioned this before in some past videos, but it warrants mentioning again. Humans, or humanoids, are my artistic weakness. Now, it's not so much the anatomy that I'm okay with, but human faces are incredibly tricky to draw. They've always given me trouble. However, I took a chance, faced those fears, and gave it a try. After all, how will you ever get better if you don't practice? I'm quite satisfied with how this turned out. Plus, I had a lot of fun stepping outside my comfort zone and trying something different. By any chance, is there any fandom that you'd like to see me draw on the channel? If so, post below. Alrighty then, I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today's video. If you enjoyed, then be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. With that being said, this is Silver Hyena, signing off. Stay creative, everybody. Bye! wait, before I forget. This must be done. Spoon! Okay, this was fan art for the tick. Y'all should have seen that coming a mile away. Okay, now it's goodbye.